GM. GM. I'm getting a repeated question, and I understand completely why people are asking it. It goes something like this. I wanted to buy Bitcoin at 40k. I wanted to buy Bitcoin at 50k. I wanted to buy Bitcoin last week. I wanted to buy Bitcoin 3 months ago, but I didn't. So now that we're near all-time high, or now that we're above all-time high, or now that we're at whatever, should I buy? Right? So this question comes up a lot. This lesson is not specific to whatever time frame we're at. It's a question I always get. When price goes up a lot, you always think that you wanted to buy lower. Because every single day, right, if you're in crypto and you watch the market, every single day we talk to ourselves and say, oh, I would have bought here, I would have bought there, I would have done this, I would have done that. Bitcoin looks okay at 40k, but it's fine, I'll just, maybe next week, or I'll log off and I'll check. At a certain point, you have to get in if you want to get in. Now, of course, it's easier said than done. But the thing that holds you back is the fear of it going down. Now, if you didn't get in lower and you want to get in now, or you don't know whether you should, or you're worried about a pullback, just ask yourself this. Which would feel worse? Would I feel worse a year or two from now, having missed a 10x pump, right? Let's call it an altcoin, not Bitcoin, whatever, right? Which would I feel worse about? Would I feel worse if I missed the 10x pump? Or would I feel worse if I bought now and it went down 20% and then it went and done a 10x pump? Right? Because that's what you're really asking. Yes, look, you missed Bitcoin at 45k. Okay. So you buy it at 65. Then it goes down 20%. Right? It goes down to 55, 58, 53. But then it goes to 150k. Did it really matter? No. But let's say you don't buy at 65 because you're like, well, I'm going to wait for a 30% pullback, and it doesn't come. Then it's at 70k. I'll buy it. I'm still waiting for a pullback. Doesn't come. Goes to 80. I'm waiting for a pullback. Doesn't come. Goes to 90. Goes to 100. And there's only short dips, 10% dips, 10% dips, 20% dips, but there isn't a 30% dip. And then it goes higher, and each time it goes higher, you're like, oh, I wanted to buy at 45. I hesitated at 45. I hesitated at 65. I hesitated at 75. I hesitated at 80. I hesitated at 90. Because it gets harder the higher it goes. Now, at a certain point, if you think the market's going to go higher, right? So, obviously, the people asking this are not usually trading actively, right? It's usually people who are busy, they've got a job, they've got a family, they're a student, they're not active, they're not day trading, they're not swing trading. That's fine, right? You're learning, and you want to get some money in the market, okay? So, first of all, understand that you're not trading super active. So, you might buy something and it might go down first. But it doesn't matter if it goes down first when you bought spot, if it goes higher later. Again, if you're not trading with a system, you're not trying to time the market. Of course, it would be great to know if it was a 65. It would be great to know that it's going to 50. You wouldn't buy, and you would wait for 50, and you would buy 50. But we don't know. We don't know the future. So remember this. Let me use a different example, not Bitcoin. I'll use an altcoin, because this is where the regret is so much higher. Let's say you see an altcoin, a low cap or a mid cap, it's 200-300 million market cap, and it's at $1, right? The coin is $1. You're like, I'm going to put that on my watch list. I think I should buy some. You go away, you do whatever you're doing, you're working, you're busy, you don't really check the charts, and next thing you get an alert. XYZ coin is $2. You're like, oh my God, it's doubled. Fuck. Oh, I can't buy it now because it's doubled, right? Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for a pullback. It should pull back to $1 or pull back to 150. I'll buy it there. Next week, it's at $3. Oh, I don't know what to do. It's now up 3x from when I can't buy. And you hesitate all the way until it ends up $10 a year from now. And you're looking back thinking, I saw that at $1. I missed a 10x. Right. Think of that feeling. A feeling of missing a 10x. Now, imagine you did buy it at $2, right? You missed $1, it went to $2, you decided to just buy. right? It then pulls back to 150, to 140, to 130 for 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever. And then it goes on its path to $10. You get a 5x. Yeah, you missed $1. You don't get the $1 to $10, but you get $2 to $10, 5x. How bad do you think that bit in between, that little dip? Yeah, you bought it too. It went down, went to 150, went to 140, but it went to $10 after. This is not what's going to happen, but this is the only, decision you should run through your mind. If the possibility is there that it goes on a big run and that you might have to take some temporary drawdown in between, but the pain of regret is greater than holding it through a drawdown, then you should buy it and hold it through the drawdown, right? Because it might not draw down, it might just break out. But you're not, you really have to let go of this feeling or this desire for certainty. I need to know. You don't know anything. I know nothing. None of us know anything. We don't know. We do not know where the market's going to go. What I do know is I would hate to feel the regret of missing the move, because I spend every fucking minute of every day in this market. And if I wasn't fully long spot by the time we get to all-time high, I would not have done my job. Right? Because I'm trading constantly. Every day I'm always in the market. So for me, that feeling of regret would be far greater than just taking the trade and taking some drawdown. So maybe you're different, but you have to make that decision for you. So think about that. If you're thinking about a decision when to get in, understand that the way bull markets work, the way they move is quite often just fucking straight up. Very little pullbacks for quite a long time. They tend to lock people out for this exact reason. People tend to hesitate. And when they hesitate, it gets harder. And then it gets harder and they hesitate more. And next thing, 20%, 50%, 100% has happened. So, regret or holding through a drawdown? Temporary pain of a drawdown or the regret of missing the whole move? You have to balance those two things in your mind and take your trades accordingly. Take your investments accordingly, your spot holdings. Now, this is also dependent on the time in the cycle. If we're already above all-time high, if Bitcoin goes to 80k, and you're like, I want to buy Bitcoin because it's going to 100k. But that's a different equation. It's above all-time high. Buying at 80 to go to 100, your potential downside could be over, right? We could go back to 60, 50, 40. So your downside is a lot. Your upside is not much. 80 to 100, 25%. Right? It's the timing and the time of the market matters, the time of the cycle, the phase of the cycle, where we're at. Of course, nobody knows exactly where we're at in the cycle, but you have to overlay it with, okay, what's my reasonable expectation for this coin? Do I think this coin can go 5x? Why? Well, because I think the total market cap of this sector, let's say it's AI or gaming or whatever, it grows by 10x, right? I think the sector's going to grow 5x, and this coin is well positioned to be one of the big winners. You have to have some kind of loose understanding or loose predictive framework for where you think it might go. And then if it did that, right? So if that was right, don't just say, this can go 100x. Yeah, that's bullshit, right? Of course, it could go 100x, but you're not missing out on the pain of 100x, right? 100x are very, very rare. But be semi-realistic. I think this new layer 1, which is valued at 500 million, could reach multi-billion because it's got XYZ, it's got these things going for it, and layer 1s are typically priced by the market really highly, right? Every layer 1 tends to get above $1 billion if it's any good. So I think this thing can go 5, 6, 7x, and yeah, it's going up with 3 green weeks in a row, but there might not be a significant pullback. It might genuinely just be going higher. And would I rather to get on board with some, not 100% of a portfolio, would I rather get some and hold through some pullbacks because they're going to come anyway, or would I be okay with missing the whole move? Right? I see coins every single day. Every single day I see a new coin pumping, a new sector. I've tracked a bunch of them. I get alerts every single day. I don't buy them all. I don't look at there must be 500 coins that I have tracked at some point and looked at and said, that might be interesting, and I've not bought it. And a bunch of them have gone 100x, 50, 20, 30, 10, 5. Like, but I don't look back and say, oh, I remember looking at that at $1. It's now $200. Yeah, but your job is also to look at projects, right? Your job is to look at coins. So it has to be something that you genuinely have researched and looked at and said, I have put the time in to understand what this is, and I would feel a deep regret for missing it. And I don't think I should do that because holding through some drawdown is not as bad. So again, that's just a framework to run it through. There's only really two ways: the regret of missing it or the pain of holding it.